Look at this. Just so you know that I'm not lying. I am making this video a day before the World Cup, right? A day before. And I already know who's gonna win, right? Everyone knows who's gonna win already, right? And do you wanna know why? It's because it's scripted, right? It's scripted. You can call me crazy. I don't have any evidence to prove my point, but it's so freaking obvious, right? It's so freaking obvious. Like, you want. Okay, where do I start, right? You have your golden boy, right? Your number one player of the sport, right? Arguably, because people are still debating who's number one. Is it Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi? Many people are saying, Messi no doubter because he already has a World Cup and Ronaldo doesn't, right? But Ronaldo has accomplished so much in his career, right? That is still up for debate for some people. But how do you shut them down? How do you tell them, shh, be quiet? These guys are number one. You give him another World Cup. And then the debate is officially over. Right? So, why do you think, how do they benefit from this? Right? How do they benefit to just give it to him, right? By growing the sport. What happens when you grow the sport? You make more money. That's the whole purpose. Do you really think all these filthy rich owners care about the integrity of the sport? They don't. They don't care about the trophy. They don't care about a championship. They don't care about any of that shit. They just care about making money. That's pretty much it. Growing the sport, making more money. Everyone hates Argentina right now. They see them as the villain. And many people don't want to see the villain to win, right? But everyone loves a great villain. And a great villain sometimes has to win. And this guy is going to win right now. It's obvious. It's really obvious. And you might be thinking, how do they do this, right? You give them the easiest teams. What was it? I saw a statistic, right? They faced the easiest teams in the postseason. I don't know what's called in FIFA, right? In the World Cup transaction. They faced the 10 easiest teams. That's how they advance. What's another way? You make one bad call. It sometimes, not in every sport, right? Sometimes in majority of the sports, all you need is one bad call to change the momentum for everything, right? The players are doing their thing, they get one controversial call, and it changes the momentum for everything. It is no longer, you're mentally not there anymore. You're focused like, oh my god, you fucked up this one call. This could have changed the whole thing of the game. You're distracted now. Mentally, you're not there. And the other team knows that, and every single time they're going to take advantage of that. That you're no longer mentally there. You're focused on what happened. You're no longer focused on what's happening right now. Right? And the thing is, if one controversial call does not work and they're still there, you make another controversial call. Usually the second one is what makes it or break it, right? Third one is too obvious, right? At that point, it's kind of like, okay, it's game over. There's no, like, three calls, really? Come on. We know it's rigged, right? And I really don't understand. There's, ever since sports betting, look, I'm not saying sports have been rigged since the beginning of time, right? I'm not really sure. I'm just saying, ever since sports gambling became a thing, right? The number one sponsorship for every single sport, it has become rigged. You want to know why? Because when you have your number one sponsor giving you money and promoting a bunch of things, and there's a betting thing or whatever, and it doesn't go their way, you never let your number one sponsor lose money. Because if they lose money, you lose money. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna protect them at all costs. You're gonna have to protect them at all costs. That's how business works, right? And if you think I am talking crazy, open your eyes. We're seeing it every single day. Did you just a couple of days ago I saw that Trump's teleprompter guy was betting. Oh, what was he gonna what he was going to say? He knew what he was gonna say the whole time. And the thing is, Trump has said, I'm just going to another completely different place, right? But we live in different times. Reality is not real. Sports in the first place. It's not even supposed to be that important. It's just supposed to be a distraction from reality, right? It's just supposed to entertain us. But at this point, I don't know what's going on. They're just trying to make a. Even WWE doesn't make that good of a script. You know what I'm saying? Even movies don't make that good of a script. Didn't you see a couple years ago? Baseball's trying to grow the sport. What do? You have the New York Yankees, the number one American League team with the number one player on that division, going against the Los Angeles Dodgers, the number one National League team with the number one player in the National League. You let them face each other, and you let the number one team win the whole thing, right? And not only that, you let them win in the most exciting way possible. And how do you do that? You do know that there's different types of baseballs, right? This is open knowledge to the public. This is open knowledge. One that helps hitters, one they were testing this during around the pandemic, right? One that helps hitters, one that helps pitchers. You can barely even tell the difference when you're using them. So what do? Depending on the circumstances, you give them one ball. What happens if a player speaks up? The Trevor Bauer effect, right? You blackball them. You no longer let them play. Their career's over. All their money is gone. Do you think really someone's going to speak up and let all those millions of dollars go? No. Who would? Right? It's just for the sport? Really? I'm just going to keep playing and making my money, right? Well, whatever. So, what other thing can I talk about? Basketball, right? Luka Doncic, a really young player, very talented, out of nowhere. He said he wanted to stay with the Mavericks for the rest of his career, gets traded out of nowhere. To what team? Guess. The Lakers. Really? One of the most well-known basketball teams in history? With LeBron James? Really? And the Mavericks get nothing in return, right? Except they do. They get a draft pick that's unprotected. They have a 0.1 or 0.01% chance in getting the number one draft pick, and guess what happens? They get the number one draft pick. How is that even possible? And this is the thing, right? It is small, like it's small details like that change the narrative completely, right? You think when I'm talking about being rigged, it's like everyone's in it. This is like a big thing. It's too big to rig, right? You could say like everyone's involved. No. All you need is one person to mess everything up. One moment to mess everything, to change the outcome. All you need is one little thing to change everything. Call me crazy. I am making this video before Argentina won. And I already know they won. So, yeah, make sure to comment down below what you think, right? Just stop watching sports. Especially, stop betting. It's not worth it. Sports gambling is stupid, right? We're betting for every single little thing. You're no longer enjoying what you're supposed to be getting entertained by. Sports is just an entertainment. You're not supposed to be profiting off of this. And the thing is, I'm going to go in a ramble. Everyone thinks, including me, because I watched a lot of sports. Not anymore. Everyone thought they had something that everyone else didn't. And that was knowledge, right? You know the numbers, you know the players, you know everything that's going to happen. You know everything, right? You know the outcome. You're smarter than everyone else. So you use that. The house never loses. The house will never lose. That's why you don't go to casinos. That's why you don't do sports gambling. Because you think you're smarter than everyone else. You think you have the upper hand. You don't. That's what they want you to believe. You don't. And even that, I think, that's why many people think Spain might win, right? I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, honestly. Because if everyone's betting for Argentina to win, then what's a good way to make profits for the sporting apps? You let Spain win, right? You let them win. And that's where they cash a bunch of money. This is just frustrating, man. This is really, really frustrating. And I'm going to keep making videos of this. I should wear a tinfoil hat or something. Maybe you'll listen to me like that. Maybe you'll see me as crazy, but you'll listen, right? That's what they want you to do with that. You don't. Everyone knows nobody's cheering for Argentina. They're the villain of the story. But they still might give it to them. They don't care. Do you think they really care? We live in a world where they could tell you on your face that sports are rigged. And you still wouldn't believe it. You'll be in denial. And even if they showed you, you'll say, it was one time. It doesn't happen often. It's every once in a while. Sports aren't perfect. You justify it. You justify it. This shit happens in high school. They're in the big leagues. They know how to hide it. Anyways, that's it. See ya.